Tell me you grew up in the 90s without telling me you grew up in the 90s. I'll go first. Tater Tot Casserole. This is my grandma's famous recipe that she made for us growing up, and it's still one of the most requested dinners in our house today. It's creamy, cheesy, loaded with crispy tater tots, and the best part, I'm showing you how to make it completely gluten-free. And instead of using canned soup, I make a super simple homemade gluten-free cream of chicken soup that takes only 10 minutes and costs pennies to the dollar compared to the store-bought version. Let's go make some comfort food. For this recipe, you'll need homemade gluten-free cream of chicken soup, ground beef, peas, corn, carrots, salt and pepper, your favorite cheese. I think cheddar is best, but whatever you like is great, and frozen tater tots. That's it, just simple pantry and freezer staples. And one quick reminder, gluten-free especially, always check your tater tots. Many brands are gluten-free, but ingredients can change, so double check every time. Start by browning 1 pound of ground beef in your pan. This is a recipe I love because it doesn't require anything fancy. It's the kind of meal that you make when everyone is hungry, the day has been chaos, and you just need to get dinner on the table. I personally love to use Butcherbox. It's a great beef. My husband's dad is a cattle rancher, so we really appreciate high quality meat, and it's not always easy to get that wherever you live, and the box just comes right to you. I do have a discount code, so you can try all different cuts of meat, whether it's beef, chicken. Yeah, I think they even have fish, which is really nice. You can do organic or regular. So we're gonna go ahead and keep browning this beef, and I'll come right back. So our beef is nearly finished, so I'm just gonna add in a little bit of salt here. No one wants under-seasoned beef, and we are gonna add some salt and pepper to the casserole, but let's just put a little more in. I like freshly ground pepper. I just think it adds so much more flavor. And then we are going to move it into our casserole dish. Now, it doesn't need to be completely cooked. I mean, you want it mostly done, but it's not like you're ready for tacos situation because you are gonna be baking it for another 40 minutes in the oven. So you can just go ahead and put that right in there, and then we're gonna assemble the rest of the casserole. If you're loving easy gluten-free comfort food recipes like this one, make sure you hit subscribe and ring that bell. I share family-friendly gluten-free recipes every week that prove you don't have to sacrifice flavor just because you're eating gluten-free. Now let's finish this beauty. So in your 9x13 baking dish, we're now gonna add our peas, corn, carrots. This is really such a simple recipe. It doesn't require a lot. It's really just kind of a dump and then bake kind of recipe, just like grandma would have it. She doesn't want anything to be too pretentious. And that's, when you've had a long day, that's the kind of cooking that we want. We're also gonna add in the rest of that salt and pepper. We're gonna mix it together. So you can go a little less on the pepper if you're like, hey, that's a bit too spicy for me. That's totally okay. We're gonna add in half the cheese, not all of it, because we're gonna add a little bit more at the end of baking. And then here comes that creamy gluten-free chicken soup. I highly recommend making a double batch. I keep mine in the freezer because it works for so many classic casseroles that normally aren't gluten-free, and then you have it whenever you need it. Like I said, this takes 10 minutes to make. My sister, who is not gluten-free, refuses to buy cream of chicken soup from the grocery store anymore because she's like, wow, for pennies I can make this at home. Then we're gonna add half of our tater tots and just put them right in the pan. Nothing has to be fancy. This is just a delicious classic meal. And we're gonna give it a good mix. So this is a really colorful dish, and I will say my grandma's little trick, half the tater tot get mixed in and the other half go on top to kind of give that classic look of like the lined tater tots. I don't perfectly line mine, so maybe grandma wouldn't like that, but I just sprinkle them on top. So you're getting some of them mixed in and some of them on top. But if you love easy gluten-free comfort recipes, this is for sure the one that you're gonna want. So I'm gonna flatten this out just a touch, and then we're gonna top it with the rest of the tater tots. If you wanna be like grandma, then arrange it in little rows, but if you're like me and you say no way, that's okay. You can just spread it out the way you want it to. And this is where the magic is gonna happen. We've topped it all off. We're gonna just spread those out, and then we are gonna go pop this in the oven, and the last 10 minutes of baking, we're gonna finish it off with the rest of the cheese. Now we're just gonna pop this in the oven and get ready to go. If you're wanting the perfect gluten-free one-pot dish, this is it. This is the one that your family is gonna be asking for time and time again. I will also link to my homemade cream of chicken soup recipe that's gluten-free. Once you start making it, you're never gonna wanna go back to the store-bought version. And I wanna know, what was the casserole you grew up eating? Tell me in the comments. I feel like every family has one. Look at that delicious cheese pull. Every bite is gonna be cheesy and delicious. I instantly feel like I'm sitting at my grandma's kitchen table again. This recipe is simple, nostalgic, budget-friendly, and somehow still gets cheers from the entire family every single time. Come back next time and we're gonna make another delicious gluten-free dish.